The reason Shakespeare is still so relevant today is because he was writing, for the first time, human beings. He created the human being in dramatic literature.
My heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine. And all combined, save what thou must combine, by holy marriage.
You know, before that, we were only dealing with, you know, kings who had fallen greatly from great heights or whatever. But in Shakespeare, he had princes and kings, etc. But they were also human beings who had wrestling with real feelings, real jealousies, real love, and all of that stuff that makes us human. And I think that's why we keep going back to it.
She hath not seen the change of 16 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride.
I just think that when you see works like Shakespeare on stage, and just theater in general, you are able to open your mind, you're able to see stories that either resonate with you or also make you question your own self and inspire you and get you just thinking outside of the box. Shakespeare in the Park at the Playhouse and the Classic is a huge community event. We have made a commitment to make every ticket for a student 18 and under completely free. And so in order to do that, plus paired with the expense of producing outside, we have to fundraise to make it happen and to bring this show to our community. And the stakes are high because you're working with external stakeholders, with corporate foundations, our partners like Parks and Rec, to bring something to life. And you are taking their investment of both time, money, materials, and you have to deliver on that and create something that's really special and really unique.
Romeo and Juliet was chosen for this season. It was called Season of Legends. And so part of that, we have like, what are these iconic shows that people know? So an idea of Seasons of Legends, it fits perfectly in that time slot.
Theater in a building, sometimes a building can be an obstacle. So once you allow it to be outside, everyone has the ability for access to it. And that is really, really important and special in our world as storytellers. I feel like we should be able to do more things outside. The problem is always money, right? It's very expensive to produce outside.
My name is Tony Cheravino. I was the director of this year's Shakespeare in the Park production of Romeo and Juliet. This play has come back over and over in my life, and you know, it's really interesting to see how I've grown with the play. That's part of why I was interested in doing it, was because I'm a different person now. I'm a grandfather now.
I think that Tony does a really great job of instilling in performers that it's not just the words you're saying, it's how you're saying them and how you're showing them.
Shakespeare is my absolute favorite playwright. Part of it is I love poetry, and I love these stories that are these huge stories that are, but also deal with really personal family kinds of dynamics. So how do I, as a almost 55-year-old man, view this play? What lens do I see it through? That's what was interesting to me. It was to explore it in a different way. So that's why I said yes, absolutely. Plus, I love doing outdoor theater. It's cool.
I always tell everyone on the team to dream as big as you possibly can. And let's figure out where we need to kind of shape things and right-size things so that we can accomplish them. But I don't ever want to stop people from dreaming. The dreaming part is where we come up with creative, amazing ideas that I want to be able to move towards and get them funded. Every single human is critical to building a strong foundation of support. And as you know, in seeing it, There were how many people? 50 people involved backstage. And then you think of all the donors that are out in the audience and supporting. It's a massive project to make magic happen like that. So I feel extremely grateful that we have so many people that believe in the work that we do.
Theater is a collaborative art. You cannot do any of it without all of it. You know what I mean? So you kind of have no choice. I think it's the only art form that exists only because of teamwork and collaboration.
People really come together and talk about how to make these things work together and communicate it at a high level. And I think we were able to make most of the dreams come true, but you've got to balance that with the financial aspect. And a donor's not going to get excited about a project if it isn't a big vision. This set originally was like 1 million feet tall, right? I think it was like, I don't know, more than 20 something feet tall, 30 feet tall, I think it was originally. And so when we're dealing with the set designer and all of our crew and everything, people are like, whoa guys, that's a lot, that's humongous. We don't even have the equipment to be able to build something like this, much less have people get up onto a space like this.
I wanted the set to feel imposing. I wanted it to feel like it was oppressive. And I wanted the kids to feel like those walls were built to keep them in. And for the adults, those walls were built to keep bad things out so that their children were safe, right? And that, I think, is the conflict of any parent-child story. So the walls themselves were at the back to go to 30 feet high. And what ended up happening was, talking with the scenic team here, they did not feel that it was going to be safe to build that outside. And really, like, the set, for as gorgeous as it was really just a bare stage. That's all it essentially was. It was a bare stage and a bed, some stairs. So that it's impactful and immediate and feels like these kids are living today and that these adults are living today and dealing with all of the tensions that are around those family dynamics. I was very interested in bringing those family dynamics to the stage because that's the stuff that people recognize. That being said, with the set, my vision was to set this in what looked like a medieval Italian city, like Verona.
We really were able to go bold with a concept that brought this story into a more modern day setting. And it was our costume designer, Rachel, who came in and suggested high fashion 90s because the 90s are kind of coming back and all of that. And we all just really got excited about that. And I think it was really, done so well and so beautifully and accomplished that initial statement that Tony said of seeing that contrast between the old and the new.
Hi, I'm Rachel Lorenzetti, and I'm the costume designer for Romeo and Juliet. You don't just throw on things like, oh, it fits perfectly, and when you build and everything, everything has to be altered and fit. So right now in our costume process for Romeo and Juliet, we are finishing alterations and our builds and finishing touches such as trims and buttons. I love recreating periods, but I'm just so excited, recreating some of these runway looks. I've never done that before as a designer. This is a very unique show where we're trying to directly duplicate designer wear from that time period. You can see the difference of our resources compared to other theaters, but what we're able to produce quality-wise, it rivals those theaters, which I think as a our whole staff and our team is really impressive.
My name is Hunter Baker. I'm one of the lead carpenters and a theater technician here at San Pedro Playhouse. And we work on building this set and making sure everything's up in time for the show. All the lumber, all the flats, all the platforms, the whole deck. Yeah, it's all of us. Yeah, the biggest challenge that's happened, 16-foot walls, man. 16-foot walls, 14-foot walls. It looks like a big piece of work when you look at the paper, but I know that we can do it, and I know that we can get it done, and I know that it's achievable, and it's getting there, and it's definitely achievable.
I'm Kylie Avery. I'm the resident lighting technician and the co-designer for Romeo and Juliet. The most difficult part for outside is how are we going to physically get the lights up to where we need them. I do think outdoor theater is a challenge because you're open to weather. We're constantly on rain watch because we've got to immediately cover everything.
It's been great working with Tony and Jaime, who composed all the music. Just the three of us working together to try to figure out how to really create a party scene that hits that 90s feel with that house music and that heavy beat so that it all builds up to that really beautiful moment.
Saints' lips and holy palmers too.
Aye, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move. Thou grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, oh my prayer's effect I take.
Throughout the rehearsal process, Tony taught me so much. And I can go on and on about how much he taught me, but we don't have that much time. And as a person, well, I mean, I made so many friendships along this journey. So I have much more people to lean on, to rely on, to be a good teammate, a good listener, a good leader. So yeah, I mean, I was able to practice all these things. So yeah, I definitely grew as a person. Mm-hmm.
Live theater is no joke. It's a marathon. Right. So it's not for the faint of heart, especially people that are doing it 8 times a week, you know? You gotta be prepared for it. It's like going on a date with the audience because there's, as Miguel said, there's an energy that both of you bring, and there's nothing quite like feeling when everything is snapping into place and everyone's in the pocket of the moment because the audience can feel it, they're responding, they're laughing, all the actors can feel it, and you're there in the moment, you're in person, and everything just is tumbling out, and it's this beautiful feeling.
One of the ideas that Tony had, which is brilliant, is to have a candlelit ending for the tomb scene in Romeo and Juliet. And we also wanted to make sure that there was just kind of that atmosphere light in the festival itself.
We were fearful about whether it would actually work out there, like if it would be enough to create enough of a look at nighttime, for example, like Romeo at night or daytime looks, without a ton of lighting instruments. Like even in the theater here where there's so much more flexibility, right? Outdoors, you just don't have that flexibility. But our lighting designers did such a fantastic job. When the candles all lit and we were in the tomb, it took my breath away every single night. It was gorgeous, and it's everything I dreamt it would be. It was so beautiful and so moving to watch that. And I thought, we made that. And it didn't exist. Like 3 weeks ago, none of this was out here. And now now we are transported to another place and time, and it's really cool. It's just really cool. My role as a director, and other directors feel differently, my role as a director is first, cast the play correctly. That's 99% of the job. 2, build them a playground that they can play on and be inventive and feel like they're immersed in the world. Support them, push them when they need it, but always do it with kindness and with a gentle touch. And I don't want people to, when they see a show that I've directed, I want them to talk about the play that they saw and not what I did with the play.
He has a very specific vision for this show because he's done it so many times. And I loved his perspective of looking at it through the lens of parents versus the kids. And that made it really special, because we have 3 girls, so it's really special and connected to us as well, as parents.
That could be without the melody and just be chords. Or it could have the melody. Or be up. That already feels different. It's the exact same chords. What works for me is adjectives and descriptive words from the director, like how do you want this to feel? And then I can translate that musically. The first thing I wrote was the dance song, the fun, happy dance song, which I can play here in a second. So this was first up because it has choreography. So that has to happen early in the process because they need to learn the dance moves, right? And they need to be practicing it. So that becomes first on my plate. Once they get the actors on the stage, like in the outdoor stage, like for real, things can change. The timing of a transition, let's say there's a scene change, that could take a lot longer outside or quicker. So maybe we don't need a piece of music anymore, or maybe we need more music. Love and anger are very related. They're very passionate. I think they're very intense, and they can result in chaotic things, and so they are still related. So I think that the same instruments can create these different, emotions as well.
I am not the best carpenter, but we are slightly short some people, so I don't mind jumping in, but that's not exactly my best skill level, but I'm always willing to help. We have had a few little bumps in the road with our scenic, just because this is such a big build, and so pieces of the scenic element did kind of fall a little bit behind, but we're slowly catching up again. But in all the other departments for costumes, lighting, sound, we've done a lot of great pre-planning, and they have all been very successful.
Even though you plan and plan and plan, like everybody on the team did. But sometimes still things happen. Like the first 2 days, we had super high winds. They lost 2 days of build time outside, which set them back multiple days, because you lose 2 days on a set this size, and it's exponentially worse every day. But what happened was our scene painter came in, who was a friend of mine. I've worked with him for, 20 years. He came in to start painting, and we were nowhere ready for him to start painting. He came in and said, I know what you need. I'm going to step in and I'm going to help. And then I was like, we're good. As soon as he stepped in, I was like, we're good. I know he is not going to let me down, because he's never let me down. And sure enough, it was like, boom, the thing took off from there. And then I was never worried about the set again. I knew that this team had it. It feels like it's every show I work on, there's that moment where you're like, I don't know if this is going to happen. But I don't ever really believe that, because every show I've been in, it has happened. It happens. And I just knew that this was going to get off the ground.
I mean, there's just something about it, about the chance of something going wrong right? Like there's something about that energy of like, am I gonna remember all my lines? Is everybody gonna remember their blocking or their choreography, or, you know, are the lights gonna work? Is the music gonna work? Like all those things, you want it all to happen, of course, but there's always that little chance, and when something doesn't go as planned, I think that's kind of the exhilarating part, right? Because it's like, how do we keep going? Like, what are you gonna do now?
I think you also have a responsibility to the audience to make sure that no matter what's going on backstage, no matter what's going on inside, no matter what's going on anywhere, that you give them everything that they came for. You show up 100% authentic and give them, everybody, a performance that they're going to enjoy, and the performance that they expect when they come to the show.
A scratch! A scratch! Merit is enough.
Keeping our team focused when things are stressful is about listening to the team and understanding what they need, and also always bringing them back to the mission. What are we doing here? Why are we doing this? Why is it important? Those are really, really critical principles that we have to always, always focus on. We have guiding principles of this organization, one of them being kindness, one of them being joy, artistry, integrity, and bravery. Those are big. Those are our foundational kind of aspects of who we are and how we operate as a team. So you go back to those things and run them through those lenses, and everything becomes very, very clear.
Thank goodness for Parks and Recreation, the Department of Parks and Rec. They came in and gave us mulch, they gave us risers, they gave us so much to make that better and make it not even look like an issue when the show finally opened. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? We're the only ones who know that that wall flew off 2 days before the show opened because there was crazy wind. We got it back on and we learned from it and we moved on, right? So what's the point in getting worked up? You know, figure it out and move on.
Well, I am glad on it. This is, well, stand up. This is as it should be. Let me see the counting. Aye, Mary, go, I say, and fetch him hither. Oh, now, afore God, this reverend holy friar, all our whole city is much bound to him.
Nurse, will you go with me into my closet to help me sort such needful ornaments as you see fit to furnish me tomorrow?
No, not till Thursday. There is time enough.
Go, nurse, go with her. We'll to church tomorrow.
We'll be short in our provision. 'Tis now near night.
Tush. I will stir about, and all things will be well.
As an organization, we met weekly leading up to our production and opening night and planned what would we do if it does rain. And guess what? It did. It rained this year, and we had to move inside to the Russell Hill Rogers Theater for 2 nights.
Embrace the chaos.
And that was the most exciting night I've ever spent in a theater, easily. It was unbelievable to watch people come together and go, what do we do? And I said, we did everything we need to do. It was the only time I've ever come after opening and directed some more, because I said, they need me to step in and just say, everything's gonna be fine, guys. Trust me. We staged it here so that it would translate outside. Do what we did inside and it will play. Trust me. And we did not lose a single person. There were 300 and something people in this theater. Both nights we did it inside. And that first night, there were people who came the first night and the second night, and they were like, I kind of liked it better in here. And I was like, well, what you were feeling and what you saw was the actors like going, all right, guys, we're on the high wire together. Let's go. Like, I've got you, you got me. We know what we're doing. We can do this. And that energy, that feeling was just palpable. It was in the air.
After seeing the final product of Shakespeare in the Park, I am so proud of this team here at San Pedro Playhouse and Classic Theater. Every year, just with any production, not just Shakespeare in the Park, it keeps getting better and better and better. And the team, production side, the front of house team, keeps refining their skills so that they can do better the next time.
It felt so good. I loved watching opening night. I always love opening night. It's such a beautiful night. The problem with my brain is I'm always thinking about 6 months into the future. So I'm like, and what are we gonna do for this? And what are we gonna do for this? And what are we gonna do for this? I'm not there to celebrate. I'm really not. I know that that sounds horrible. And my team, I'm sure that drives them a little bit crazy, but I'm there to get through the process and get the work done. That's what I like. I like seeing progress. I like moving forward. I like change. I like to see that we've done the work that we set out to do, and we did it even better than we ever thought we could do it. And then I want to go and move and do more stuff. Against all odds of a 30-foot set and a set that we didn't know was going to be done by opening night, that this team really can do anything. And do it with kindness. And create a project that is beautiful out of chaos. And we really did that. We really did. And it's not easy. It's not easy to do what we did outside at that level, only in the second year of production. I mean, that usually would take 10 years to build to. But I love that we go so big and push the boundaries, and sometimes that almost breaks us. So I believe in the power of team. This team specifically can really do anything, and I feel so grateful to be a part of it every day.
That's like the best part of this job. Sorry. Every show we do, just standing in the back and like seeing everyone see what so many people put their hard work into is just like the most rewarding thing ever. And seeing people talk about it at intermission and walking out talking about it. You know, we had record attendance for Romeo and Juliet. Some nights got up to like 550 people. And you just wonder, you know, did they learn something? Did they take something away that is going to change who they are in the world? And what that butterfly effect does. A million different things had to happen for that to happen. And they had to happen in the right way, in the right order, at the right time. And it's like a little miracle. It's cool, yeah.
We had done it. We had a huge audience, and it was their first experience, many of them with Shakespeare. And I thought, what a cool way to have this be your first experience. When Romeo talks about the stars, you look up and there's actual stars above your head. You know, when they talk about the moon is out there. It's right there, right? And for those young people to get to experience that, I just felt very proud and just grateful for everybody that had touched that production in some way. One of their primary goals here, the executive team and the whole tech team, everybody here, their primary goal is to build community. That's what theater is. Theater without people in the audience is dead. When you have people coming together, either outside or inside, or downstairs, wherever it is, we're all sort of like in this social contract that we're here to pretend for just a couple hours that we're somewhere else, right? And when you're outside in Shakespeare in the Park, you have the added benefit of a festival atmosphere. You have food trucks, there's a real feeling of like celebration of art, of theater art. I'm gonna get a little, You know, we had 2 nights of 500 people outside. Young people, old people, sitting together under the stars, watching a 400-year-old play done by local performers and getting wrapped up in it, moved by it, and feeling different when they leave. they were changed by it.
My name is Alfie Valdez. I'm the shop supervisor and a resident designer as well. And this is my shop dog, Pugsy Malone. Pugsy Malone is very important because he helps reduce the stress of putting the show together. Right, Pugsy? What makes it difficult is that you know you gotta finish it, and it's painful and it's agonizing to get there. And the best part of the process is when it's finished, knowing that it will come together.
So no matter whether it rains, the wind is too strong, microphones go out, a lighting instrument goes out, the set is not quite finished.
An actor who's late or didn't show up on time, or if there's rain coming and there's thunderstorms around the corner.
And no matter what, the show must go on.
The show must go on.
The show must go on.
Perfect.